Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. Tonight, obviously, we're looking at a portion of my salty aquarium, the mixed reef tank. All the other fish are at the other side because I just dropped a lot of food in over there, but what I really want to show you is how I frag leather corals, because I did this the other day and and you can see really clearly before the fish starts to interfere and it grows over just how rudimentary the task is. So you need a piece of rubble rock, and I use a portion of a chopstick, and you can see it there. And then that frag came from this mother coral, and you can still see the slice. I really just took a piece of scissors, put my hand in the water and just cut the damn thing and pulled it out with the tweezers. Then I soaked it in a reef coral like iodine for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, somewhere in between. Switched it around, then rinsed it in clear tank water. And I took that little piece of frag and with a pointer, like a hole punch, I made a hole right in the center of it, and you can see. And then I literally just stuck the toothpick some people use, and in this case chopstick, into the center through it, kind of like just piercing a diaphragm. And the chopstick, I should say, I had super glued to the rubble rock. So it's a piece of rubble rock with a stick, and then shove the frag onto it. You don't glue the frag, you just push it down into it, and the stick will hold it in place. It'll degrade in the salt water over time, and the coral will grow. And this is the mother coral, and this is the frag. Now we're gonna fly over to the other side, because I did the exact same thing with this beautiful piece, and you can already see it's growing. It's not affected in the slightest, and that came from that coral there, as well as this coral coming from that coral, and there's another piece. So while I don't have much real estate for any of these leathers, I certainly can't let them turn into one immense fan, because you see what it did here? This gorgeous Sinulera toxic green is kind of droopy and closed up, and that's because it's not getting enough light, because these two monster leathers are creating an umbrella. So I cut a piece right there. You can see that semicircle basically just sliced right around, and I used that piece for here. And that's how I frag corals in this tank, or leather corals, I should say. It's only good for sort of the soft mushroom style corals. You could do it with this if you wanted to. The lettuce, which is an even thinner based coral, it's more about, well, it looks like lettuce leaves, but you can still puncture that. Obviously, you're not going to be doing that with other leathers because of their shape. It just won't work. There's no way really I recommend gluing soft leather straight to the rock. It rarely works. It would have to stay true for several weeks before you could get a growing colony. And I find that the super glue and the mucus from the coral, it negates one another, and the coral will just drift around until you treat it like the way I did. There are other ways, and they're online, but I find this to be an easy and productive way to frag soft leather corals. Anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, as per usual, always keep your hands in the tank, especially when you're fragging. Ciao for now.